Minecrafters, Gearsaw Studios here. Today I'm going to show off 1.17.1, the latest update for the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs Part 1. However, before I begin, remember, please like and subscribe. So, with that, let's investigate. So, here we are on Mojang's webpage, a site that I haven't seen in quite a while because the past few snapshots have been very small. So, what they've done is they just fixed a couple critical issues and changed some of the behaviors of the new features added in the update. So the main things are blue axolotls can now only be obtained through breeding, so you can't naturally find them. Non-screaming goats have a chance to produce a screaming goat when bred. It's about 2%, I believe. Status effects on goats now apply when the goat is jumping or ramming, which means strength makes it deal more damage and jump boost makes it jump higher. They raised the drop chance of drowned dropping copper ingots from 1 to 2% to 11% plus 2% per level of looting, which makes copper a bit more common, which makes a bit more sense because copper is one of those resources that drops more than usual, like redstone and lapis. Powder snow now fills cauldrons 2 times faster than before. However, it's still rather slow, so it's just a little bit faster, which is pretty useful for getting some. And zombies, zombie villagers, husks, and drowned can no longer pick up glow ink sacks, which has been a prevalent issue where they pick it up and are unable to despawn, which leaves tons of zombies in caves not being able to despawn. And it's pretty surprising to find 15 zombies all holding glow ink sacks in a ravine. Trust me, I found it in survival. It's a good change. So, technical changes. Deaths of named mobs are now logged, so a bit of a map maker tool. And in the case of DNS-based redirection, the client will send the host name actually used to connect, which makes it back to its 1.16 behavior. And the bugs fixed are sun, moon, and clouds are not showing if the render distance is below 4. Enchantments are saved as shorts, but loaded and function with integer values. Some Turkish language signs appear as blank, and quite a few other things have been fixed. So, that's what they've done in this update. So, blue axolotls will no longer generate upon being spawned. So, if you use a spawn egg for a long time and summon all the different variants of axolotls, blue axolotls will never appear in groups of axolotls, which means you have to breed them in order to get a blue one, which makes them significantly rarer than before and more of a commodity. Also, buckets of axolotl have a minor bug where they only produce pink ones if grabbed from the creative mode inventory. Screaming goats can now be created by non-screaming goats breeding, which makes it a bit more common to obtain screaming goats. So it's a bit hard to show because screaming goats don't have any visual differences, and it's rather rare to get them. So it's not really going to be shown at all, however, it is indeed a possibility. So now screaming goats are easier to obtain. Speaking of goats, goats can now be affected by status effects, such as strength and jump boost and other things that could affect their attack damage. So, I'm going to affect them all with jump boost. And when I give them jump boost, they will jump higher than usual. So, that used to not be a feature in the original 1.17 builds. However, now it is. So, let's give them a moment, and as you can see, they're jumping a lot higher. However, that's not their high jump. So, let's just wait a moment to see how high they really jump. So, it's not much to see. However, they are certainly jumping higher than usual. And the same thing can also be said for strength. So, just swapping this out for strength. And I'm going to put myself in survival mode, and I'll let them ram me. So this will take a moment, and I will just sit around near these goats, and eventually they'll decide to ram me. So I'm just going to walk around near these goats, and let's wait until one rams me. Since the goats were being defiant and not to ramming me, I decided to summon a lot more. So let's just go into survival, and they all have strength. So if one decides to ram me, I will take lethal damage. As you can see there, strength does apply to their rams, so don't splash your sheep/goats, with strength, or else you may be rammed and take a ton of damage. So, since drowns now drop more copper on average, let's see how much copper I get if I throw instant health at these 24 drowns, or however many you can fit into one block without them taking entity cramming damage. So, just gonna throw a couple, and they should be gone soon. So, now all the drowns are gone. So, let's see how much copper I got. So I got 2 ingots from this, which isn't a lot. However, this is still pretty decent. Compared to the last update, there is a pretty good chance I'd only get 1, or maybe even none. Since the only way to get powdered snow right now is by placing cauldrons in the snow, it took a while to get powdered snow, which made it exceedingly hard to build with. However, they've doubled the chances for cauldrons to be filled with snow when it does snow. So I've ramped up the random tick speed to 300, so that's 100 times faster than normal. And let's use the weather command and make it snow. So it will take a moment to fill up. So you just have to wait a little. However, it is a lot faster than it used to be. However, it's still kind of slow. So it would have taken about 30 minutes to get one layer because the speed is about 300 times, 100 times, so it would probably be like 10 minutes. So it is quite a bit faster because it would have taken upwards of an hour to get a full place of powder snow. So either way, it's faster and easier to get. For the final change that was significant in 1.17.1, they have made it so glow ink sacks cannot be picked up by zombies, zombie villagers, husks, or drowns. All the variants of zombies. So now you shouldn't see a ton of zombies in caves carrying glow ink sacks. So I've set up a couple of command blocks summoning those 4 variants of zombies, and I'm going to place one glow ink sack in the middle. And I'm going to press this button. So, as you can see, a ton of zombies have appeared. But the glow ink sack is still there. For reference, this is hard mode, so they can pick up items. So, this confirms that glow ink sacks cannot be picked up by zombies anymore. So, there shouldn't be massive hordes of zombies in caves carrying glow ink sacks waiting for you to come, so they can ambush you. So, it's now time for the bugs. I'm not going to cover all the bugs that have been patched because there's quite a few. So, the bugs that have been patched is render distance now does not make the sun disappear. So, F3 plus F plus shift. And I'm going to drop it down all the way to 4 and below. So, now that I have a render distance of 2, the sun is still there. So, it seems that this bug has been patched. Another bug that has been patched is a random Turkish symbol has now been coded so that way it actually works in Minecraft. So, Control V, and you can see the Turkish symbol does appear and doesn't render as a random box. Calcite was a bit quieter than other blocks in Minecraft, so they've increased the volume because it was at unintentionally low levels. So, this is quite a bit louder than what you could have heard. So, walking on it. Sorry for the train. And you can see that it's quite a bit louder than it was in the past update. Another bug that has been patched is captured axolotls, such as from buckets, have been constantly trying to leave the water. And I have experienced this where they constantly try leaving the water. And I had to make a wall around my axolotls. So they still can do it, however, they don't try as hard. So your axolotl should not be escaping nearly as often. Hanging roots in the past update appeared way larger than other items when dropped. So now they render as normal sized items in 1.17.1. There are many more bugs to cover, however, those are just a couple of them. So, with that, it's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, remember, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out. So, take care, Gearsaw